Happy travelers, vacation travel hacks here. We are talking Carnival celebration, 7 night Eastern Caribbean cruise. We're going to talk about how to get to the port. We're going to talk about when to get to the port and possible free excursions, a little bit of port orientation at the ports of call. This one leaves Miami, goes to San Juan, Puerto Rico, Amber Cove, St. Thomas. I've been to these places many times. So if there's free things to do, we'll talk about it. If there's paid things to do, and there always is, we can talk about that too, and I'll tell you about our experiences. But there's normally on one of these things something for everyone, and we'll wrap up with some other tips and tricks that I learned being on the cruise ship, and we'll take it from there. So we got to get there. So like many other ports, when you go on a cruise, it's highly recommended that you arrive a day before the cruise. Many things can go wrong, scheduling issues with the airlines, weather, of course. Sometimes airlines go down, pilots need a break. I've seen it all, and a day early, worst case scenario, you arrive at your port of call, and it's Miami. I'm sure there's something to do. So we got two pictures here. I zoomed in on the port of Miami, and that's this box right here. But Miami International Airport is pretty close to the cruise port. It's not the reason to fly in a day early is not necessarily how far away you are from the cruise port. It's all the things that get you to the cruise port. It's also worth noting that maybe your best airfare isn't into Miami. It could be Fort Lauderdale. FLL is not too far away, and they got a great transportation company that we used when we were there spring break. April. SAS transportation was great at getting us. It was about a 4 to 5 minute drive from Fort Lauderdale. It's about a 20, 30 minute drive from Miami. But of course, there could be a parade, an accident, construction. Cruise traffic actually was, if you're going on a Saturday cruise, expect cruise traffic. This is the cruise terminal here. And when we were there, I don't know when Google Maps flew over this to only have one shipping port. There was every port was taken. If you are driving and parking in your garage, it's worth noting, and I don't know how often this happens, but the two times that we've been there, we arrived at Terminal F and we disembarked at a different terminal, which I thought was D, but it doesn't matter. It wasn't the one that we made it in. They do arrange transportation shuttles to go from one terminal to the next, although it looks like it wouldn't have been a huge walk from one down. But if nothing else, remember where you parked. And if you're having a person pick you up, probably important to tell them which terminal you're at. So if they're thinking, hey, I'm on Carnival Cruise Line Terminal F, you need to pick me up here, they might not pick you up. So anyway, port orientation, lots and lots of hotels. They offer cruise shuttles to the cruise port. Just call to confirm. Many of them just frankly advertise it. Fort Lauderdale down to Port of Miami, not so much, but there was a lot of limo services, a lot of third-party vendors that did provide the service. And the one that came highly recommended on the Facebook group that I'm in was SAS. And it was actually very reasonably priced. I think all 8 of us got down there for under $100. So that was their prices one way was very reasonable. Let's talk about your first port of call. Amber Cove, Dominican Republic is a special place to us because this is the place that my kids said, hey, Dad, I want to go ziplining. And I'm like, oh, yeah? I did it. It was fantastic. So let's talk about the first free things that we can do at the Amber Cove. So you're going to park out here, and it looks like, hey, it's not too long of a jaunt. You got a lot of shopping that you can do here. Actually, this is one of my favorite places to shop. And you can go swim in this pool. It's within walking distance to this pool. And there's cabanas that you can buy. I'll show you in the link here in a minute that you can how to buy them. Worth noting that if you are a cabana person, a person that you know is going to want to reserve one of these things, get there first. These things seem to sell out first. And if you have an accessibility issue, whether you just need somebody to give you a ride from the cruise port, it is a long walk. There's people on bikes who maybe for a small tip or a good tip that would take you there. And again, duty-free shopping, food. And let's hop in here and see the excursion options here. There's something for everyone. Ocean World is accessible here. That's another excursion that we did. We did the sharks, we did the sea lion, and the dolphin. It's compared to another one in another port, the Grand Cayman. Seems to be the most interaction, the most time you're going to get with the sea life. Highly recommend it. Name something you want to do. If you want to go see the city, yeah, you can go see the city. Want to hang out on the beach? there's something for that too. You want to go into a waterfall? Who doesn't love going into a waterfall? Look how much fun those guys are having. They're saying peace. I'm in a waterfall. That's terrific. You want to go ride around in a truck in the country? Sure, why not? There's the Ocean Cabanas starting at $4.99, but you get it all day. That's pretty good. Not for me, but if you're a cabana person, that's great. Want to be on a horse on the beach? I mean, it sounds romantic. Isn't that like a novel or a movie? Anyway. Then there's zip lining. That is fun. I'm going to try to see if I can't find the one. Oh, Monkeyland. I did Monkeyland, and it was a fantastic experience. And this is kind of the face that I made. I'm a dude. I didn't look like that, but that is a face that I would make. Like, hey, there's a monkey here, and I froze. Hillside cabanas. There's lots of cabanas. They sell out fast. If you like walking in the city, there's 3 pages of things to do here. Oh, hang on. Let me go back to page 1 because there was the. Is that the bottom of the page? This was the zip lining that we just did. I go on a lot of cruises. So here, well, that's horseback and zip line, but it's you go ride your horse and then you go zip lining. So if you like horses and zip lining, you can do that. Then you got ATV. You want to go fish. More cabanas. Here it is. That's the one we did. Man, it was go through. I don't know 12. It goes fast. It goes so fast because your adrenaline's rushing and you're so high, but you're double zipped and like you're double attached to it. It's the most fun. So every time we go to Amber Cove, it sounds like, hey, you recommend all the excursions. Well, they don't. Carnival doesn't put these excursions on the website because they're not fun. They're put there for you to have fun, and so far everything I've done has absolutely been fun. So if zipping and dipping in the water, giving people the thumbs up like these guys here, look, they're having fun. Then look, we got waterfalls and monkeys and buggies, and you just want to hang out at the beach. They got literally something for everyone. And again, Ocean World's really close. I can't recommend that enough, and we're going back. We will be back in November, so we got to find something to do. You want to ride in classic cars, you can do that as well. So anyway, long story short, Amber Cove is a lot of fun. San Juan, Puerto Rico is another one of your ports of call. Now, I do this for port orientation, maybe just to let your family know, hey, this is where I'm going to be. This is, it's always good to tell people where you're going to be at and where you intend to be if you like to go out and walk around the city. Maybe you trip and fall and hurt yourself. At least people will know kind of where you're at. There's San Juan Cruise Port Terminal, and then there's this area right here, which is actually where the cruise ships park for you to watch. This terminal right here, that's for cruises to kind of like start and end. Royal Caribbean starts and ends there. Other carriers too. I just know in December, under the December cruise, we start. This is like the Port of America port. So you will be here. And that's important to know because there is a free excursion you can do. I did get coached by my family. If you are up for a little bit of a walk, the Playa de los Cabos or Castillo San Felipe de Moro, I just call it the fort. There's like a historical UNESCO fort here that you can walk to. It was about a 45-minute walk. It wasn't necessary. My family didn't coach me necessarily because of the distance. It was a little bit of the distance and the heat and humidity. It was in the tropics. I didn't think it was so bad, but I was advised that, hey, next time we'll just pay the $55. So it's $55 per person. They'll take you there. I don't know, save the group $500. I thought that was a pretty good deal, but I'd been advised that, hey, that was a little bit too long, and we made it back, and it was good. So you can, and there's Starbucks here. There's a Starbucks, some gift shops along the way. It's a real touristy part of town, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff to see. As you can see here, if you use Google Maps, zoom in, San Juan and Antigua. My Spanish isn't super fluent, well, for many reasons, but there's a lot to do here. Maybe the taste and or the tour of like the top things to see, that'd be fantastic, something to do. And this isn't the airport. Well, it is an airport. It's not the airport that you would fly into. The international airport's well off to the east, so you're not going to see like jumbo jets or nothing. We just saw some little prop planes. So otherwise, hey, this is a beautiful place to be. Let's take a look at some of the excursions that are offered here, because we will be back. And there's the beach, eat and drink. It's just there's so many things to do, and the cool thing is there's reviews. So like this one, top 10 of the must see San Juan. Why is it 2.5 stars? Well, you can go into the website and they will tell you. And typically, it's so rustic. It looks so cool. It's normally. Here we go. Nice tour of the island, but the stops were short. Our group, decent amount of people, and you can read more if you want. This is okay, but we were there for over an hour. Oh, because sometimes these places will stop at a place that you can shop. So anyway, if there's something that you take a particular interest in, you can read the reviews and see why people love it, why people don't really enjoy it, and I think I'm probably going to do a rainforest. Something like this would probably be a lot of fun. Can also go snorkeling, but hey, look at this, 1.5 stars. Why is it 1.5 stars? Let's take a look. If you want to go snorkeling here, why do we hate it? We liked it. We tried to like it. Weather wasn't the best. It was windy, so they didn't like it because it was windy. Makes sense. Bus was great. Everything was poor. He had a lot of interesting info. However, the snorkeling was so well. That's a lot of seaweed. We had to snorkel in was full of seaweed, so it's going to be hard to see. All right, well, that's helping me make up my mind, and maybe I'll just keep shopping a little bit here and surf lessons. So okay, so there's going to be some stuff to do here. I don't know. Could probably just do the top 10 and finish up what we didn't see because all we saw was the castle and Starbucks. We saw Starbucks too. All right, St. Thomas. I was here for Thanksgiving. Some of the shops were closed. So what can you do for free? First off, you're going to park right up here along this pier here. Going to walk through the little duty-free area, and then all these. This is shopping. This is shopping. This is shopping, and that's shopping. And so you're going to have a lot of opportunity to shop. If you take a boat excursion out of here, you're going to walk and walk about a mile, and you're going to end up down here, and then you'll take a boat. We actually snorkeled right here when we were here, and snorkeling was great. There was a lot of sea turtles and a lot of fish that you could see, so we enjoyed it. But I'll show you what's available here. And, actually I got to figure out what we're going to do again anyway, so a good opportunity. Look how much. Hey, I'm scuba diving. I don't scuba dive, but that's what I would do. Christmas Cove, snorkel with reefs and rays. We ended up at Honeymoon Beach. That was the name of that one place. That was good. I want to do the 2 reef snorkel. I wonder if that's back. Look at this. Hey, you can go flyboarding. Look how much fun that is. You got to raise your hands. Oh, my parents and my sister did this one. Sky Ride, and then Pirate Treasure Museum. Looked very scenic, and they got some good pictures. You got the cruise ship down there, so that's pretty cool to do. 2-tank, secret sand beach. You want to do something on the beach? You're in luck. You just want to walk around? You're in luck. There's a lot of stuff to do. Underwater adventure. That looks like something. I think my brother will do that. He likes to do that kind of stuff. He did the helmet underwater. He enjoyed this. Absolutely enjoyed it. I know I sound like I enjoy everything, but I'm there. I pay money with the intent to have a good time. Now, you might be looking at some of these prices, and you might be tempted to go to a third-party site. I do. I like to just compare prices. Actually, I also like to get other reviews. So Viator, Viator. You might see other options offered by a third party, not listed here, and you might see the same options listed here, but maybe cheaper to whatever degree. Pros and cons. Pro, you can save some money or do an experience not listed here. The con is you are responsible for making sure you get it back to the ship at the posted time. Worst case scenario, and I mean worst case, is you missed the boat, and for any number of reasons. The boat, if you are on your own excursion, the boat's not going to wait for you. If you're on a Carnival excursion, the boat will wait for you to get back. So I've only done walking. I was very mindful of time when I was walking around San Juan. So just letting you know, hey, it's always good to calibrate, look at options, and it's not really rolling the dice, but just think of some of the things that could go wrong. You could take a taxi to another part of the island. If it breaks down and you don't make it back to the boat, well, ta-da! That's you got to make it work. Anyway, let's continue on. Final tips and thoughts. The Celebration is a fantastic ship. So I recommend doing the anytime dining as opposed to the early or the late. And you can go and eat dinner in between your events. So like evening events, comedy, the shows, and you got 2 stages for shows anyway. You can work dinner in between shows. Whereas if you do the late or the early, your shows might happen during dinner, and there's no guarantees that there's going to be a second show. That certainly was the case on the Horizon. I learned that the hard way. So anyway, you can say, hey, here's the times of the shows. What time do we want dinner? Ta-da! You got shows and dinner versus just dinner and missing the shows. Try to fly in the day before, like I recommended. Miami and Fort Lauderdale both service Miami. Most hotels have shuttles to a cruise port. Should be okay to fly home anytime afternoon. You can if you're flying out of Miami, you can probably fly out at 10. That's the safe time. I recommend that. When you get on board, don't forget Guy's Burgers. You got Blue Cantina. You got Shaq's Chicken. There's so many things. You got that barbecue place that's on there. And if you have a kid, Day 1 Kids Club is very important. You don't want to get them in their Day 2 because that's like going to school and starting school in the middle of the school year in a new school. And it was just, if you can get them in Day 1, everyone's new and everyone's more welcoming. Day 2, I guess everyone's kind of made friends, and it's hard to get them in there. Also, this one has a roller coaster. Book the roller coaster early. Bring some shoes that are appropriate for the roller coaster. Closed-toed shoes is what the website recommends, and you're going to have a fantastic time. This is I just enjoy talking about cruises. So anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. But otherwise, I hope you are oriented to the cruise ports, ready for your departure, and just ready to relax. And I'll see you in the next video.